here we go. Look at these reviews. Yonoid 5674. Look at this one. Remember we were talking about Mario 4? They actually, in EGM, they actually called it Super Mario Brothers 4 for Mario World.
Was the Super announced at that point, or was it?
This is when the Super Famicom was out in Japan, yeah, so it hadn't come here yet. But Super Mario Brothers 4, what do you know? That's my game. So.
But like the title, some things change.
Some things do change.
Like your living room, evidently.
Oh man. Okay, so it's been 8 months since the 30-day challenge.
Yeah.
As you can see, a lot in this house has changed. So basically, all the stuff upstairs that was in my Star Wars room had to come down here. So all the figures, all the statues, all the posters, that's all down in the main floor here. And that's simply because I had to make room for all the NES carts. So now I have 2 game rooms in my house. As you can see, my second game room here. So, I mean, it was quite an ordeal taking all the Star Wars stuff down.
How long did it take?
Oh, man. Almost 2 weeks, I think. Cleaning the carts was a huge thing. That really aggravated me. Some of these things were so disgusting and dirty that it was just exhausting. Then there was all the tack holes and stuff that the Star Wars figures left, so I had to take my non-NES game posters and kind of cover it up. But I think it looks cool. This is all the carts that I've collected for the entire journey, and this little stack here actually represents the ones that I was short. So these are the ones I did not collect. So I do have Little Samson, which I think is one of my all-time favorite NES games, with the box. Yeah. Beside it, we have Flintstones Dinosaur Peak. Had a few different opportunities to pick it up along the way. Didn't, but I have now since acquired it, which is great. Second shelf right here. Panic Restaurant with the box, which is also one that's near and dear to me. We got Bonk's Adventure, Donkey Kong that we got from dear old Sid, and I have Fire and Ice. And actually, this one was in my collection before. My sealed Tengen Tetris. I absolutely love it. So I basically, when I got back, I had severe collector burnout, so I took a little bit of time off. So these are the games I wasn't able to score during the 30-day challenge. I knew you were coming back 6 to 8 months later, so I acquired them on eBay, which, believe me, was not nearly as fun because I couldn't tell you where any of these came from. So
why does that matter?
Getting all these games on the road, I mean, I can almost pick out any game here and I can tell you where we were or what was going on when we got it. These here was so impersonal. There was no communication with anybody. It was just buy it now, bid, buy it now, bid. And then, 2 weeks later, it's shipped to my door. And all of a sudden, I have Gunnak. It's not nearly as rewarding, right? So, and stuff like Gunnak, which is actually a great game, it doesn't feel as special because of the way it was bought. So had we found that on the road, JD, had we found that on the road, I think it would mean more to me than it does now. It's still a great game. You get the idea. So the challenge is over. All the games are upstairs except one. So we're going to hit the open road and we're going to go get that game in person. Why?
It's always why. Okay, so let's do that again. That was really good too.
Of course it was.
So you got all the games upstairs, but what are we doing here 8 months later?
We're going to get the last game.
Mini Chocolate Magazines? I mean...
We're going to get the last game. I don't know what else you want me to say. Because it's the one that's the best.
I want you to give me an epic line. That's what I want you to do.
It's the one...
So it's 8 months. It's 8 months later. The collection is still not complete, though. But it will be after we hit the road.
Okay. So 8 months later, the collection is still not complete. That's why we're hitting the road, to get that one last game. Because it's the best.
Because it's important to do it in person. Not because it's the best, because the way we're doing it is important.
And then that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. So 30 days is over. I have all the games upstairs except one.
Okay, so we'll do that again. So 30 days is over and another 8 months.
30 days is over and another 8 months have passed. We have all the games. Because I have all the games. Okay, so the 30 days is over. Mm-hmm. I have all the games upstairs but one.
So what are we doing?
We're hitting the open road to get that one last game because it's the most important to do it in person.
Yeah! You keep trying to place emphasis on the game, and I get it. But we gotta put emphasis on the process, which is... I
just said it's important to get it in person.
But it sounded like, because it's the most important to get it in person. Jeez. That's what it felt like.
30 days later, okay, this is going to be it. Ready? 30 days later, 8 months after, I'm getting them all because I have to, because I need to.
So, I mean, it's been fun catching up with you on camera and seeing you do your little house makeover with your dolly figures. But what's the real reason we're here? Did you get all the games?
I got them all except one. So we are hitting the road to get the last game because it must be done in person.
Why?
Because it has to be. I don't know why.
Because every game has to have its own story.
You keep adding things after I'm done with your original point. Then there's something else I didn't say.
Yes. Guilty.
Annoying. Oh. SNES Club, forget it.
I do, yeah.
Oh boy. Can't wait to shoot that.
I do, McBobber.
I'm a dancer, okay.
So your life's changed. You're a big action figure here on your main floor. You are the video gamer who has a second game room. You is the best collector.
Okay.
But we're not just filming Look at Jay's House 8 months later.
No, we're not. I got all the NES games except one. So we're hitting the open road to get it tomorrow. Because it is the way it has to be. This is where it falls apart.
We just gotta get through this once and then we can fail for 8 hours on the road tomorrow trying to capture it. Like, seriously though, I mean, think about it. Like, we could have just come back and filmed this and like, oh, I don't have it. But one day I'll have the grail in the warehouse. We could have given up. You could have given up.
Yeah.
And this would have been the end of it. You know, did you want your journey to end that way with it being
It can't end that way. No. I have to get them all. So tomorrow we're going and we're hitting the open road and we're getting it in person because that's just the way it has to be. It's important to get it in person.
Yeah.
Okay, you might cringe, but I do want to open it and touch the box. I just have to.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. You know how to get them open?
Yeah, I slide it, right? Yeah.
There you go.
I just want to touch it once.
Oh, you can take it out. You can kill it.
It is in really good shape. Wow.
Yeah. Other than the joyous occasion that some child opened it up and made a little tear on the back.
But it is, for some reason, I thought it was a lot bigger than that. Not that it would have mattered anyway, but it's not even really bad.
No, actually, the box is bright. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's gorgeous.
Never sat in the sun. Doesn't look like. I was surprised when I got it.
I mean, there's so much controversy with this game. Let's put it back down. Whether people love it or hate it, you still can't knock the fact that there's less than 200 out there, right? So.
Exactly.
So there you go.
There you are.
All right. Whew. I need a beer.
I'm gonna shut that door. We had it open because it got real hot down here. Said he didn't
I,
shut
se- I
before we
seriously
came in.
think I almost fainted.
What do you think, Doc?
That's the same reaction I had
Yeah.
when that
Oh.
came in the mail all boxed up, and I had my hands kind of trembling just to open it up, and there it
Yeah.
was sitting inside, because they almost seem mythical after a while.
Yeah.
Like they don't really exist. But they do.
Yeah.
So how's it feel to let one go?
I hate letting anything go. But for something like this, like I said, I was surprised to have one. So 2 was one too many. I don't have them to hoard them. I have them because I appreciate them. And when you let something go, you're giving someone else a chance to appreciate it the way you did.
This alone makes it worth it. I always said that. I'd rather have failed the challenge and got them all with this than without it. So
here's the big
that's the
question.
way I wanted it.
If you
Yeah, you never spend money on games. You only transfer your money into games.
I know.
Yeah.
And these will never leave my hands. Ever. So. Never. No, literally, like they're staying in my hands. Forever.
Well, I had no idea when I sent an email saying, hey, why don't you come by and check out the collection, that it would turn out that I had so many things that were so crucial to your quest. So,
Yeah, that's, Little Samson was a tough one. And Bonks, yeah.
well, for one thing, I thought that was it. I was done. That was great.
Yeah.
And I'll see the movie when it comes out and find out what happened to you. So I was a little surprised when you left. I didn't have any reason to think that you would come back and go after this game. I thought somewhere along the line you'll run across one and without a box, and that'll be good enough. You'll take it, and that's the end of the story. So I was fairly surprised, and I was even more surprised that you were going to jump in a car and drive all the way down from Canada in one day and show up here again.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it would have been good just to get it and complete it within the 30 days, but I would have rather failed and got something much more rare. That's the collector in me talking, so
Right.
right or wrong, that's how it went down, right?
Well, every game's great if you have a story behind how you got it.
Yeah. And this is, the top 3 games have, the best story, right? So,
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's amazing. I think there's 6 of these. I don't know. I think there's 6. I'm not going to count for 6. There's 2 sealed, like never opened. One's got a big rip on the
So 6,
cellophane.
so including these 2, so there's 4. And the 2 sealed, so there's 2 more.
Yeah.
so 6, maybe 2.
Like on Nintendo Age, there's people from time to time that have said that that's something that rare. In any hobby, any collectible. Even if the whole hobby falls apart and the market dies,
We
the
were talking
rare
about
stuff
that.
always maintains its value.
Yeah,
Everything.
even if it bottoms out and stuff's not worth hardly what it is now, there's still only 6 of those in the world.
It's always what it's worth to you.
And that's what's important, right?
It's always what it's worth to
Yeah,
you.
baseball card went
Yeah.
down to nothing.
the Honus
but,
Wagner card.
Yeah, Honus Wagner card, it just kept going up.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for a lot of this stuff. And I don't buy this stuff as an investment. I never have.
Yeah. No,
and I never
same.
expected it to become investment worthy, but it's grown a lot in value. I can tell you that. Hello.
Ashley wanted to give you something today.
Oh.
She made a drawing
Oh.
for
Is that me?
you. Well, it's just a general person drawing.
That's
but
awesome.
Since it's a gamer, she thought of you.
Oh, thank you very much. Kind of looks like me.
It does a little bit.
bit,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
If
awesome.
you could get your hair going this way, you'd have it.
A little bit, a few more months will be a little longer. Than thank you. That's awesome.
That's great.
Prized treasure over there. You should feel very privileged.
Well, I said they weren't going to come out of my hands. But, I feel nervous and like I want to stand by them.
Don't worry, we won't resell them to anybody else.
I was going to ask if you wanted to lock him back up in the case tonight. If you want to
Uh,
have him with you at the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, it's totally up to you.
yeah, that's true. It's awesome.
Contents insurance would be good.
Zero.
Not like Liam. to explore the house too much last time.
No. We also got if
I
you're
don't know.
tomorrow.
Was it good?
Bourbons and whiskey and
Just how you feel.
Yeah, how do you feel?
Relieved. Feel like,
all my friends are Miller Lite
I don't know, like a weight
beers.
been lifted off. Feels kind of strange. Like that's it, right?
Well,
That's
a
good.
problem
I'm
for
not saying it's not
everybody
good,
else.
but
You know.
I feel better now. I'm so sweaty.
Oh.
Anyway.
Totally kidding.
On the way to Todd's, I was feeling a lot of anxiety. To be honest, I was worried that maybe he would change his mind. And I'm thinking on the porch there, I'm ringing the bell. And I'm like, this is a stranger letting me come into his house and take one of the most valuable games in existence out for next to nothing. So hanging out with Todd the next day, it was cool. It was like a Big Brother kind of atmosphere where he took us in and showed us everything local in his town, and we went on a great nature hike, we went to a great pizza bar and arcade. And they made dinner for us. We got to play in his arcade, in his office, for God's sake. Like, how cool is that? And again, he's completely selfless, and I can identify with that. Turns everything on and says go. Right? Go do what you want. You know, his kids made us drawings, and I mean, that's awesome, man. To see an impact that I've had on people it makes it all worth it, you know? And it means a lot that she took the time to do that. And even though she was terrified, she still came down in front of all the cameras and, handed it to me on camera. I mean, she's awesome. That was very cool.